Hello everyone. My name is Yatish Kuril, founder of Kuril, founder of B School. So I would like to welcome you all, and to everyone would like to say that good morning, good evening, good afternoon from wherever you are watching. Today we are going to present Professor Evgeny Bazhov. He is the professor in the area of leadership and coaching. So today we are going to talk about overview about the program, and so that you can understand what we are going to teach and what will be the takeaway and how you can build up capability and grow yourself, develop your skills and capability along with the learning. And in addition to this, I can say that we also have real life real life simulations game where you can practice and learn about challenges what you're going to face in future. It will be easy for you to handle the situation. So let me welcome Professor Evgeny. Good evening.
Hello, see you.
Yeah. So
Yes.
before we begin, I would like to request to introduce yourself and take over the screen.
Yes, hello, good to see everyone. I am Evgeny Bazhov of Coaching and Leadership in Kuril Founders Business School. Besides in Russian Academy of Economics and also lecturer in Chinese University of Oil and Gas in the Faculty of Myself. In my history, I'm 8 years experience from the positions from translator when I was young till the CEO officer, and the annual turnaround of the company was $300 million. I have 7 years experience of entrepreneurial as a business company, and with annual turnaround was $1 million. Since to be involved in education and coaching. I'm fan of this is what make people really achieve their full potential about it. If uh, athlete at the peak of a body form, like Olympic athlete, have a coach, have one to achieve the highest possible results in his career. So this passionate me by myself to see the possible talents develop till the most highest level. And that's what I'm doing since 2016 as a mentor, coach, and a professional consultant in companies. Coaching background, I PCC by ICF, International Coaching Federation, and also I am executive by several other organizations. Currently finishing my PhD research in psychological management. So that's what I see, that business, that all relationships, they're managed by, not by companies, not by governments, by us, by humans. So how to communicate, how to find those best things inside of the human, and how to see those matching between people. That's what passion coaching and about that life itself. Yatish, could you, Professor Yatish, let's see the slides. Hope we will see them fast. And okay. It's all about leadership and coaching, and today we discuss how to lead business in new area, in the area which we will see. And you already, I'm sure you see those many big. Please, next slide. If boost your revenues, or you are looking to switch careers and be, or maybe you want to supplement your current salary. I will give you a complete on what to expect. Today, we will discuss why more and more companies hire coaches, what coaches get, what you will receive in the course and the course. Short intro about me you can see on the slides and information which I gave to you previously. Next slide, please. Let's discuss topic. What is coaching exactly? At its very core, coaching is a step into the full potential by asking the right questions to help the client find the appropriate answer within themselves. All the answers by understanding is already in you. Because whatever things as a consultant, as a manager, does it work? Sometimes yes, sometimes not. Because what I can, it does not mean that you are able to do this. Because you have your own experience, you have your understanding, and you have your own situation around you and your company. This is a difference. Watch precisely inside of your situation, inside of your company situation. This is what coach is doing. Next slide, please. On the course, when you join it, there will be 30%, 30% of practice under supervision. Via practice, you learn by doing. You will be a ready-made professional. It was already long in 80s was identified that most of the is traditional in traditional universities is already outdated because people things like only 10% of what they heard from professor. It doesn't matter what they have very good students or not very good students. They will remember only maximum 10%, even lower, because people the best version to learn our human beings. So when you if you want to and achieve better results, you can learn from your peers. But again, it will only up to 25%. And the best learning is learning by doing. During the course of coaching and leadership, you will be mostly focused on doing it with your peers and with your teams. Next, dear friends, please have a look around you. What kind of, how many of them do you trust? You want to follow? Yatish, next slide, please. Different examples of leadership around the globe. Some of them we can't trust. Some of them say what's going on inside the company, right? When you go to the company, we see different types of leaders. And please, pictures. It will be our homework assignment, which you will, whom do you see? Who are those people? There are several types of leadership, autocratic leadership, and some more mixture of what do you see there and how can you identify who are them? Do it and tell me in the end of why do you think it's important to understand who is in front of you, what type of leadership of leader in front of you, and by which who is who, and is it possible knowing what in front of you? Is it possible to find the way how to manage them? For example, not only because of your power of your position as a manager who is subordinate, but what if you are subordinate, can you manage your leader? Thank you. And next slide, please. On the course, you will learn different styles of leadership and how to identify the one and build cooperation based on the type of a leader in front of you. Important and very interesting areas of development. Why it's important? Toxic boss kills the atmosphere and company lose. They leave the company. That's simple. And company lose money. Why? As a result of competition. Toxic behavior leads to this, and you can support between different managers really kills the company. I'm sure you have seen such situations in your companies and around you and country governments. Next slide, please. In crisis, to be competitive, company needs best people, and good atmosphere of support to be able to work at full speed. This is American statistics that 84% of American workers said management makes them think about leaving the company. And that after company losing low position worker, the new worker, which will have to spend maybe 3 to 5 months efficient and professional, and company loses almost 50% of to educate this person. But if you're talking about a manager or CEO, 100 to 500% of his annual salary, which company spend for the talent, giving him extra salary, payments, headhunting companies, and then when this boss joins the CEO or CTO or CEO or whatever C-level person joins the company, 6 to 8 months for this CEO or C-level position, men start working at full speed. Company lose a lot of money. Next slide, please. And stories which happened in China, and I was a witness when one manager, he was representative of European company in China. His toxic boss, he was afraid to deliver him as he thought they don't cope with the manufacturing timing, and he was trying to avoid this difficult conversation. So he only could do nothing to save the situation. So they got the $5,000 because it was a fast fashion company. Another situation in China, e-commerce director, she had tensions with marketing. They could not confirm the style for new products packaging. So they race just because they did not communicate with each other well. Behavior or way of thinking of another man, one of the colleagues. Please write to me. Have you any kind of like these situations in your life, in your companies, maybe in your school or maybe in your company which you're working for? Maybe in your family, even in the family. Next slide, please. And imagine one thing, because of the situations leaving the company, and because strong position managers, they couldn't work in toxic situations. They need support. They want to develop their business. Because of toxic bosses, they're leaving companies. So only and they keep working, but because of keep able to deliver good results, especially in the crisis, especially market downturn. Next slide, please. And when people say anything, just think about one thing. Imagine you are the boss of the provincial, no visitors, no money, boring life. And you will need to hire someone like Amir Khan in India. What do you think? Will you have any problems? Next slide, please. Yes or no? That's what is important. Could save your business. Team of good talents can skyrocket the company. As a manager, please do remember this. Please do remember this. When you develop your own skills, you become more person. And coaching skills is one of the because it's changed the whole company culture. It's changed whole your side. Next slide, please. And coach. Your role as a coach would involve a three-pronged approach to you. Number one is guidance to help clients eliminate negative obstacles and pursue constructive goals. Two is empowerment, the self-worth and affirm their self-belief. And number three, to improve their strategies in achieving their goals. And let's talk about the most interesting part, right? Coach's income. The more experienced you are as a coach, the more payment. And this is what's really amazing in this profession. In most of the professions, what's happening? You become, the high chance they will get rid of you. Yatish, next slide. So with the skills of coach, more older you become, the more experienced you become. Experience comes with time you spend in the profession. The more experience you become, the more higher income you have by yourself. Value of you as a coach going up exponentially. Having this skill in your arsenal, your lifelong success. That's what really amazes me. Next slide. Of course, there are certain skills that will help you succeed as a coach. And we will practice them during the class, during our program. And understanding of coaching frameworks and theories of also learn. Plus the ability to apply them practically with your highly developed in listening, observation, and communication skills. Also develop this in practice. The ability to take an empathetic and not towards your clients, because we don't judge. You will practice with your peers to discover client. The person he or she could become in potential to inspire clients while retaining the right to challenge them occasionally. You will learn the role model attitude. You will become a role model yourself. Skills to manage the client base and related paperwork. I have specially spreadsheets, contracts, and coaching journals, which you couldn't find only for Kuril Business Founders Business School. Understanding of online advertising, networking skills for spreading the word of your business, marketing and sales skills. The coaches who treat it like a business, please do remember this. You must think like an entrepreneur, business owner, of course. Marketing and sales are essential skills you need to develop as a coach during the course. It will be your graduation work to launch the project in your organization. And I will be glad to share all my knowledge and business owner as an entrepreneur and a corporate worker with you. How I'm doing it in my coaching career and in my coaching practice. I have hours of coaching practice, and my clientele base is corporate management from Fortune 500 list of companies and business SME, small and medium enterprises. So this is my area of focus. Check different areas of where you can just. Next slide, please. After graduation, you need to change the job. Here are some areas where you can work as a freelancer. But please do remember, as a freelancer, what about working hours? There is no one who will decide for you. You will decide how much do you want to work, via which channels do you want to work, whether online, whether offline, whether group training, etc. Many options, and it's all up to you. If you will work in the company, it's also similar situation. You will decide internal client, how to implement coaching, where to meet, and career planning with recruitment agencies. What work to broaden your areas where you can implement coaching. Companies, with your internal companies, as an internal outside, with outside companies. Team building, right? Personal issues like staff relationships, communication, productivity, life coaching, etc. It's all up to you. Other effective coaches too, they need coaching sometimes to realize and achieve their own goal. We have several cases like this where other very successful coaches need to help them in their issues. And this is one niche to focus on. Next slide, please. And why companies hire coaches? What's the purpose? There is more growing practice among Fortune 500 listed companies. Think they are rich, but they are rich because they are investing in the best people. What they see return on investment 500 to 700. Why? Because people like to be developing, and leaders need to be nurtured. Nurture results for your company to grow and to get higher and higher revenue. It's change of the mindset, growing mindset. That's what in the companies. And you as a coach will have all the knowledge and skills to develop other people's talents and help other companies to develop their talent. USA is country number one. Why? Because human potential development. Other countries follows. So it will also grow and widespread worldwide. Next slide, please. Why companies build coaching culture? Having more and more better results. This is what they achieve. And delivering new results, there are more and more satisfaction in the job, conflicts. You remember in the beginning slides when we see those conflicts which to the companies. So this will be reduced by the over 50%. And there are many bonuses which are kind of human potential development. Next slide, please. Here I want to share stories of several students who were in knowledge. And one client just recently told me the story of him that's corporate, and he was working very hard, very steady. He tried his best to be promoted, to get appreciation of that. He was only criticized, he was only punished, and the boss unhappy with his work. He always wanted more and saying that he is doing very bad. The guy was really trying hard. After 6 months and he was implementing coaching skills he learned inside his boss, same career, same position, but only 30% compared to what he worked before. The workload in the beginning, he will be fired. But for his surprise, what happened? Surprising him, the boss started saying that he is doing very others workers should really help him and should learn. And by the way, he find and hired assistant to this person and promotion. This Mr. Ilya, his name, he said it's a mystery. He was so fascinated with what he get and what he implemented. Another example was an IT guy. His name is Valery. He has his own IT company, startup. He failed, lost a lot. He joined coaching program. He thought about to become a coach. Then a job in IT accelerator, and he became a coach. But in IT industry, startups, IT startups. And guess who won? It was a win-win of startup companies, and startup companies gave him shares at companies. Now he's a very wealthy person. He communicates with very interesting, prominent, and booming industry in IT sector. So think. Next slide, please. And this story I like a lot. And that guy, he started really from the deep hole. He was just a teacher in China, not native English speaker. He's Russian English like 3 years ago in Chinese village kindergarten with low. And he borrowed some money and learned coaching program and implemented in his work. What happened? Only after 1 year after implementing those life, he changed his mindset. He became an entrepreneur in the area. He wrote a book. You can find it in Amazon and online. He became a partner in Shanghai. Shanghai is the most prominent city in China. Those international school bosses, they invited him because he brought knowledge to this international school. And now even Alibaba International School of Alibaba Group, they for teaching classes. For him, this is amazing. He also launched project and even such thing as a science breakfast will deliver some interesting results. You can search it online. His results are fascinating approach. He's my superstar. And next slide, please. Now I want to my mentors, because when you want to learn something, it's always go to the roots and understand. Is this something new or it's based on the case. So my mentors, it's Marshall Goldsmith. He is the number one in the world in leadership among thinkers 50, number one by guru in the world. It's a worldwide renowned thinker in leadership. Another one is Gary Ranker. By Forbes and Financial Times, he was among 5 in leadership. And psychologist and psychiatrist, worldwide famous. He's academic, and he is my therapy teacher. And next slide, please. And you can see books I have authored, and we still have some time to discuss. Have any questions? Now you can ask me something, and you can write those answers. What do you think identifies the leader in between of you, and how to manage the leader? Do you have any answers there? Hello, Yatish? Questions? Any answers?
Yeah, nobody is asking question right now. So what we can do is, since the broadcast is live in the LinkedIn, Facebook, and YouTube, the people, aspiring students who are looking to developing their skills in the area of leadership and coaching may look into this video and write to us, or they can visit to Kuril Founder B School website in the Facebook, or they can join group in the YouTube, or they can join into LinkedIn profiles. LinkedIn group of Kuril Founder B School, and they can leave the comments there, and we may get back to you as early as possible. So I thanks Professor Evgeny for sharing his insights about the program, and I hope the people, students who really serious and would like to develop the capability may write to us for an inquiry, and we can get share the details about the program. Also, we are coming up with a series of uh, programs with the various distinguished professors around the world, from the world, I will say that. And you may just watch us, or follow or subscribe us, or follow us, so that you can get more information about these programs. Thank you very much. Yeah.
Yes, I am eager to hear your questions, and you are free to, if you have any questions about the program, or about enrollment, or about just write to me, or just write to the Kuril Founders Business School. And see you there. I will be happy to share with you my knowledge and prosper.